Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday Facebook Live that I do almost every Tuesday in the Change the World Marketing Facebook group. And I do this to give you knowledge that you can use to help build your knowledge-based business. So I help people who are experts use their expertise, use their knowledge to create an online business by selling programs that use their expertise. So they could be courses, they could be books, they could be coaching programs. But today I'm going to focus on books, and I'm going to focus also on courses. And I think that there's not enough focus on the fact that even people who are authors or doing course creators, and maybe that's all they want to do. Like, they don't want to create products, and they don't want to have a coaching program. They just want to write a book, or they just want to create a course. There's not enough focus on the fact that they need to use email marketing to promote what they're doing. And in fact, I know some very successful trainers, I would call them, who teach courses on specifically on how to create an online course, who don't emphasize the email marketing thing. And they don't emphasize it because it sounds hard and people don't want to hear that. But in the end, it's really hard to get enough people to know about your course if you don't have an email list. Now, I know somebody else who teaches people that email marketing should absolutely be part of your course creation strategy. And I agree with that. So, and I'm going to explain why, of course, in a minute. The second piece that I wanted to talk about was authors. And authors often think that maybe they can just publish their book on Amazon and that's all they need to do. You know, maybe they'll get some people to read it and review it, and they'll sell a lot of copies. And that does sometimes happen, but it's not the norm. It's not what usually happens. And so the point is that anytime you want to reach a lot of people with your course or your book, you need to reach people who you don't know. And that means reaching outside of your current range of friends and family and so on like that. You need to reach outside that. And in order to do that, you need to partner with people. You need to find ways to work with other people who can promote what you have to their list, and that's how you reach many more people. And you need to create your own list as well, so you can reciprocate. And so and the other reason, there are two reasons that you need an email list. Okay, so one is that people often don't buy right away. They need to get to know you. They need to feel like you have the expertise that they need. And so you get them on your list usually by offering them something for free or something very low cost. And then you build up a relationship with them over time with tips and resources and so on that show what you do. And then you make them offers, and they're more likely to buy at that point. And I have people who've been on my list for years before they finally bought something. So that's one reason, is that people need to get to know you. And the other reason is this thing about partnering, is that you need to have other people promote you too. Your own list will not be enough, okay? And so in order to get other people to promote you, you need to promote them. So you create this email newsletter, however often you want to send it, but it should be very regular. And you should include not only your own offers, but offers of other people. And in that way, you create this partnership, and other people promote you, and you reach so many more people. It just geometrically, exponential growth. Okay. So this is true pretty much no matter what you're selling. Certainly if you're selling a course, you want to find students for the course, and they have to be people you don't know. And so you have to find some way to get those people to get to know you and nurture them and so on, and make an offer. With a book, it's a little bit different because there's not as much that you can, like if you have a course, it's a body of knowledge, and you can give tips from it. And actually for a book you can too. Fiction is a little harder, but for nonfiction it's pretty much the same thing. A book is kind of like a course, except it's written in a book instead of maybe with videos. And you need to get people to buy the book. You need to get people to recommend it. People to tell their list that they should buy the book. And again, you have those two reasons for having an email list, which is so that you can build a relationship with people over time, so they get to know you, they trust you, they see your expertise, and then they buy from you. And also so that you can promote other people, so that they'll promote you back, so you get other people telling their lists about your book or your course. It could be either one. So sometimes people will say, you just have to find some people that and then you do some market research interviews with them. And I have just heard over and over again that, number one, it's hard to get enough people to do these one-on-one market research calls with, and then most of them don't buy, and then people who do buy, a lot of them don't tell their friends about it. It's just like this. It expects sort of like a perfect thing, you have the people near you who are in your target market that people and you ask them to be interviewed, and they actually say yes and show up. I once had 4 people cancel on me in a week on those market research things. Okay, and then you use their advice. Market research is a wonderful thing. You use the results of this conversation to improve the course and put things in it that people really want, based on your interviews. And then you come back to them and you say, now I have the course, would you like to buy it? And so then it expects, a significant number of those people to actually buy the course, and then for them to have such a wonderful experience with the course, which of course I hope they do, but to have such a wonderful experience with that so that they tell their friends about it. A lot of people are shy to tell their friends about it. They just don't, or they don't know anybody who's in your target market, that kind of thing. And then it expands from there. It just expects so many unlikely things to have to work perfectly. And with a book also, people do recommend books to other people, and there are places that you can post your book and so on like that. But for a book to really sell enough to make enough money, it really needs to be very widely promoted and so on like that. And for that, you need partnering. I'm not against books at all. For many years, I wrote computer books published by McGraw-Hill and by Wiley, and they did really well. They paid for the down payment of my house, and I'm very grateful for it. But that happened over years, and they were books that were in a niche that were very important to people. They were on AutoCAD, a drafting program, and on PowerPoint, and on Flash, and so people were using them and really needed this stuff, and so and I had a publisher that also promoted it, and I promoted it as well. On PowerPoint and AutoCAD, I created a website, I wrote blog post after blog post, I built a list, I promoted it, and so all of that builds up the readership of a book, whether it's published by a publisher or you're self-publishing it, whatever it is. So I just wanted you to understand that you really do need to build up an email list, and this is a challenge for some people. It's not that hard. I can help you with it, and if you'd like some help, let me know. I have a couple of courses. I have a workbook. I have workshops, so on like that, to help you go through this process of building an email list. Okay, again, let me know if you have any questions. Bye bye.